Yo, what's up, YouTube? I went and participated in the Carta Magica Ultimate Cup this weekend, playing Blue Hybrid with a little bit of spice. I am not really running the typical run-of-the-mill hybrid stuff. Um, it's more or less generic, but at the same time, kind of like a couple tech cards. It's more like not more of an aggressive variant of it. It's more like a control type of blue hybrid. So it's more or less on source stripping and setting up for Hexeblaumon, which is my level 6 that I chose to run to where you can control the board to where uh, they need to have sources to attack. And if they make a commit to a board to where they have a lot of Digimon with no sources because you're stripping them with all the benefits of the hybrids and the tamers that strip, you get to basically control the board and or return Digimon from the field back to the hand to set them back a turn. So the only four Digimon I am running is I'm gonna butcher it. Kiaramon. So what this Digimon does is the inherited reads your turn once per turn. When one of your opponent's Digivolution's card is trash, trigger draw one card. So this is kind of like the bread and butter of the deck, and what I'm going to try to go for is just stripping sources and then gaining value off of it. Because if you have a Kumamon, you'll draw off of the Digivolution, and then whenever you strip a source, you'll draw a card off of this for one of the inheriteds for one of the Digimon that you digivolve in your breeding area. So we only just run 4 babies. So for this tournament, we get to Mulligan, which kind of was really good because I'll show you in a bit, but I get to utilize optimization of running through my deck and are like searching cards or getting cards in my hand that will help me set up. So a really good starter is Strabimon. So like again, mulliganing. I either get to if I don't have a good hand, I either get to mulligan it, or if I have a decent enough hand and then have Strabimon, then this gets me into what I need to do. So let me play for that. Then I play for Madoki Betamon. So I was expecting a lot of blue in this tournament, so I want to optimize much memory gain too, and also like Pinata, they have like blinding rays, so this and or like reinforced armor memory boost. This is just really good just to have. Then for the other level 3s, I run 4 Pokemon. So again, with the mulligan, I want to get as much set up in my hand as possible. So this is an amazing starter card, and or whenever you get your tamers, you can digivolve for free. So I run 4 of him. Then I run only 3 Sayokamon. I was more expecting blue hybrid, so this wasn't really like an issue, because if they go Beowulfmon, it's not too much of an issue because I just pace myself to where I don't really have anything on field. So I think 3 is the perfect number for this, because the only decks that really are beneficial for this is like green and or yellow that want to reduce their dissolution sources. That's it for my 3s. Going into my 4s, I have 4 Kumamon, one of the best Digimons in the deck in my opinion. On Digivolution, get a Striposaurus. So if you have a level 3 and a Tamer, you can just promote and then go over the Tamer for him to Striposaurus to draw a card, and then you get Kakumon's inherited to draw another card. So it's just more or less having the ability to have an in-engine hybrid that just does what the deck is trying to do for the build that I'm going for source stripping. Then I run the arguably the other best hybrid to Koryakumon. I run for that. Really no reason to explain, but he just stuns something, and also you can digivolve over level 4 for 1. So that does come up sometimes where you can go over hybrid to stun, and then another one over hybrid and then stun, so you can just stun 2 Digimon, which is really gross in some situations. That's it just for my... the last level 4 is going to be Kendo Garurumon. So with this build, it's more or less like control the board and or stun and or getting rid of level 3s and or controlling the board where you set them back. So like you can swing and then bounce a Boko and or a memory denier or Digivolution denier. So I'll show you another card to where you can like do up to 2 level 3s by one swing. So he's just a really good second, like level 4 Beowulfmon essentially. That's it for my 4s, and then just for my 5s, I just run the 4 Beowulfmon. He gets you back your hybrids back, and also bounces something to set them back, which is really good. And also, he only digivolves for 1 underneath a hybrid with a tamer. Or if one of your Digimon with a tamer card is underneath it, you need to digivolve over it for 1. And then for Hexeblaumon, I'm going to run 2 of it. This is more like a top end. Like, this is not really necessary to where I rely on it to win. It's just more or less what this deck is doing with strip sourcing. It just benefits it to where whenever you swing, you get to strip something. So I get to draw, whenever I attack, I get to draw like up to 1 or 2 cards if I have my baby underneath it. And also, it stuns everything without a Digivolution card and then gains jamming. So this guy's never really dying if your opponent has a Digimon with a no Digivolution source. And also, the purple kill spell, since this is a level 6, you can always swing and then have like the baby or like level 5 or lowers, and even gets hit and stack, this guy is not dying just because he's a level 6. So it's just more or less like a secure option to where you just don't get blown out by the kill spell or anything in the security that can't handle a level 6. That's it for the Digimon. For the option cards, I play 3 Hammer Sparks. For this deck, I just kind of wanted to have more consistency in my searchers, so 3 is enough, and I'll go into it because I play Howling Memory Boost. So I think 3 is enough just to get it to 1 because you don't really rely on this card too much. It's nice getting it hit and stack, but I just only play 3 of it because my deck space is also tight. So I play 3 Howling Memory Boosts. It's, again, strip sourcing and then stunning. And then it's also your opponent can't block either, so it just like stuns a blocker if they only have a blocker for, or if they have a blocker, they have no security. You can just and if you're at 3, you just go Howling, stun it, can't block, and then swing for game. And or this gains you 2 memory instead of Hammer Spark. So the beneficial value of this is insane to where you can strip sources and also stun another thing and or trash sources and then stun the Digimon. Then for my tech card is for Tube Forbidden Trident. So this gets you a lot of situations where they have a hybrid. They have a Tamer and a Boko, and you can just spin back the Boko to where they have to commit. If they go back to 3, they have to commit into playing a Boko and then go in a hybrid. So they're at 0. So this also gets rid of like memory deniers and or Digivolution deniers too, and or anything that's a level 3 that's a problem. Also gains 200 attack, which is important because this can with Beowulfmon and or any of your other level 4s, they can get over 7Ks, which is kind of important to where you can swing on top of them or over the suspended Digimon that only has 7K, and you're like at 8 or 9k, and then also return a level 3 at the same time. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1 card. So I'm going to play 2 of that. Then I play the 1 Ice Wall. I'm not going to explain it. Then I play 4 Davis, Memory Setter, and then Searcher. So he just like tutors out everything that you need to search off the top cards of your deck. Then I play 4 Tommy. He's just an amazing tamer to where you can stun and then trash. So even if you are at 3 and you have the baby, you get to trash and then draw 1. So it's pretty much just having advantage in stunning your opponent's Digimon at the same time, and or setting tamer up for hybrid. Then the last 3 cards are Sora and Joe. They are really good for source stripping as well. With Hexeblaumon, you can strip 2 sources from Hexeblaumon and the 2 sources from Sora and Joe. And also they are a memory tamer to where if you have a Davis, you'll go to 5. Starting if they have no Digimon with Digivolution sources, and it puts them in an awkward position to where they want to get rid of Digimon to have no sources. So they either just don't want to have committal on board, and or if something attacks into the stack and then doesn't die, then they just want to get rid of it with a like Deathclaw and or a anything that can remove the Digimon from play, and or Digivolve on top of it. So it kind of makes them in a position to where they have to commit in order to not make me in a better position. But yeah, this is more or less like a stun slash control type of hybrid variant that I played at the Carta Magica event. And thank you for watching the video, and hope you have a lovely day. See ya.